So my buddy Michael Johnson at 417 Fox made a post on Facebook the other day, and got a lot of people commenting about shaved engine bays, which is a big thing in the community. And so I wanted to give you 5 little things you need to consider before you do it. All right, so number 5 thing to consider before you shave your engine bay is when you're working on the car, you got to be freaking careful. What I mean by that is when you're slinging wrenches here and tools and go to set a tool here and it falls, you know, you got to take something apart, you spray fluid everywhere. Guess what? It's going to start looking bad, or you're going to scratch it, or something's going to happen, or you're going to get brake fluid on it and it's going to eat up the paint, any number of things. So number 5, 5 is you need to remember that once you have a nice pretty engine bay, you got to be extra careful and take your time when you're working on it, and you can't just go setting tools everywhere. It requires a lot of maintenance. Bear that in mind. All right, number 4 thing that you definitely need to consider before you do an engine bay is when you do an engine bay, everything has to come out. The brake lines, the brake booster, everything has to come out. Everything, guys. You don't just take a few things off and do it. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get the effect. Everything has to come out. So it's not just a matter of, here, let me get everything out of the way. No, everything has to come out if you're going to do it right. So you're going to be crawling under the dash. You're going to be up under the car. Like, you just need to bear that in mind. It's not a quick job, and you can't just kind of work. I mean, you can kind of work around it, but it's not going to have the actual effect that you're going for. And eventually you're going to be aggravated because you didn't go far enough into the job. You can do a quick job, but I don't think you're going to get the results that you're looking for when you scroll through all the pretty pictures of shaved engine bays. So just bear in mind, if you do it, you need to go all the way, or you're just not going to be happy with it. All right, number 3. When you have a nice, freshly painted, freshly shaved, smooth, everything engine bay, guess what? All your old stuff stands out like a sore freaking thumb. Whether it's your master cylinder, your lines, your proportioning valves, your whatever. Anything else you put back in this engine bay that isn't brand new or freshly painted, powder coated, dipped, dyed, whatever, is going to stand out like a sore thumb and look old and ratty in your freshly shaved and freshly painted engine bay. So it's a slippery slope. You may think, oh, I'm just going to do a little paint and body work under here and throw it all back together. Guess what? You're going to be unhappy because all your old stuff looks just that. Old. Number 2. Heat. Guess what? When this is all enclosed, there's very little places for heat to escape under your hood. That is an issue. Okay? That's a big issue. I had that problem with my car before. I wanted to run a stock hood, which I still kind of wish I had a stock hood. But anyway, so I had a freshly shaved engine bay and a stock hood. My heat issues under the hood were enormous, to the point where my paint started bubbling. Obviously it's fixed now, thanks Adam. So engine temps, you could possibly, very possibly mess up the paint job. Yeah, you needed somewhere, somehow, to let all that heat out. When you got a shaved bay, guess what? That engine's gonna warm up. You got to get it out. So bear that in mind beforehand. You're gonna need a cowl hood, something. Guys, time is running out. Our latest giveaway is coming down to the wire. Look, full, complete Steeda suspension for any 79 to 04 Mustang and your choice of a set of SVE wheels. Yeah, not too shabby at all. Get your stance right, get your ride right, and put some fresh shoes on your car for 2025. How do you enter? Foxcast.com/shop. Grab anything in the store. Every $5 spent, get you one entry, and you are in. Guys, time is running out. You've got to stop by the website today. Like I said, we dropped a bunch of new merch in the store. Stop by and check it out. If you've been there before, we got a lot more. So constantly adding new merch, trying to keep it fresh for you guys. Hit up the link, grab something new. You are entered, and I may be calling you on Facebook Live. All right. This is number one because it's the most important. Let's get into it. When you smooth your engine bay, all the stuff that was in your engine bay has to go somewhere. Okay? It just doesn't go away. You got to hide it, and obviously you're going to hide it inside the fender well. So all of your wiring, like these are my power steering lines, you know, they're going to be up there, blah, 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 blah. Let's go around to the other side and you get an even better idea. So my AC system hidden up here, control pack wiring, power wires. You starting to see what I'm saying? It doesn't just go away. You still have to have all that stuff for the car to run, but now you're hiding it, okay? So be prepared inside your fender wells to have a good time. So depending on what you're doing, you may have to lengthen some harnesses. You may have to have some custom hose made. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff. It is a job to have a smooth engine bay. And like I said, number one, the stuff has to go somewhere. So you are going to have a lot of fun putting all that stuff that you took out of the engine bay and hide it in your fender wells. And then you got to get your fender liners back in, which is always a good time. So just remember that. And also, as part of number one, you need to remember when you are filling in all your holes, you need to take mental notes of what holes you may still need, like that you can't get rid of, and not fill those, which is another process. You know, a lot of that depends on if you're running air, power steering, power brakes, all that good stuff. But you need to make mental notes of, yeah, I don't need to fill that hole because I'm going to need that hole. Stuff like that. So just bear all that in mind, boys, because I'm telling you, been there, done that, from experience. There's a lot to it. Now, absolutely, it is worth it. The way it looks is amazing. But I know, you know, I'm the same way. You see a picture of a super clean engine bay or nice this, nice that, and you want to do that to your car. But, you know, I just want you guys to have an idea on the front end before you go doing that, some things to expect, because it is a lot. It's a huge undertaking, and not for the faint of heart, I promise you. The body work and the welding and all that alone is enough to send you the crazy house. So, guys, there is my best advice on should you or should you not do your engine bay. Now, if you're doing a semi-stock, you know, just a nice clean car, I would just have your engine bay, you know, sand it down, paint it, make it look nice, and put it back kind of factory. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Or maybe just do the Scott Rod panels. You can do those. You know, some people love it, some people hate it. You know, it's all a matter of opinion, but at the end of the day, it's your car, so do with it as you will. So, guys, I seriously hope that helped. If it did, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Catch you on the next one.